What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got Ade here.
There you go, myself, Ham, aka Thomas Partey. What's happening, people? Welcome to the party. another party.
What's happening? Good weekend of football, huh? I think we both had two good weeks. Okay, you did have like a great week last week. Well, we had 2 good weeks, which is surprisingly or not.
Yeah, we're having a good season. We don't do weeks. We're having a good season.
I don't know why I set myself up for that one, but no, that's fine. I'll let that go. But what's been happening though? I'm saying.
Yeah, good man. Trying to wrap up this Europa League stuff, get that nonsense out of the way, and then focus. And then I checked the calendar. World Cup starts November the 20th. So we're literally 20 days away.
Around the corner.
Yeah,
oh my God.
The hype hasn't been as much though. I think it not being in the summer has killed the hype a bit.
Yeah.
I expect, the maddest, most dysfunctional World Cup ever, because there's going to be no sense of continuity or rhythm or nothing. I mean, our boys finished the league, and I think the first game they play is a week or something like that. So there's going to be no level of rhythm, continuity, or nothing. I believe that the team that Gareth puts up, that might be the first time they've all ever played together as an 11.
Yeah.
If he goes with the one that we're expecting him to go with, if he goes 4-3-3 or whatever he goes with. So I think that for a lot of nations, like you just see now, no Kante, no Pogba for France, both ruled out of the World Cup. So I expect to see the maddest. I expect someone, obviously, Honduras is not in it, but I expect like the maddest team to win it. Like I'll let Ade say something mad, because Ade say something like someone's going to win it, and they're probably going to win
it. Yeah. Now, because the World Cup starts on the 20th, the last Premier League game is on the 13th. So, pretty much a week away. So literally, it's going to be mad.
And then they got to acclimatise to Qatar as well. I know it's not going to be as hot, but it's still got to acclimatise to Qatar.
Yeah.
And I saw where the England team's staying as well, and it's okay, but it's not like 5-star. It's okay. Like I think we could afford it if we went there. To be fair.
Serious, I'm surprised because it's Qatar. I thought like they'll go all out for them.
Nah, I think because where it is, it's not as it's not as populated as other bases.
Okay.
So I think that's why they went for that. Like the surroundings is not as crazy as it might be with other bases. So yeah.
Well, that's another topic for another day, man. The World Cup. We'll even probably touch on like some of the players in this week, whether they should go or not. But yeah, we will see. Where should we start? Good week for our boys. I think myself and Ade went Old Trafford yesterday, so we'll save that so we could talk about a journey to the good Old Trafford where we still don't have a screen. But we'll save it.
Useless stadium, bro. Useless football stadium.
We'll save that. Ade, Mother Ham, Ade's cousin was in front of us. You can tell the guy that was in front of us. No, it's probably his first time coming to Old Trafford. The guy couldn't scan his ticket.
It was too hilarious because I was watching him and he was pressing it against the scanner. And I was thinking to myself, oh, please don't be AF. Please don't be AF. He kept pressing it. I was like, oh, this guy's taking ages. Then I just heard him say, Sir!
He didn't say excuse me. He said, Sir.
I was like, okay, therefore.
Yeah, definitely his first time.
Definitely his first time,
bro.
Cool. I just talk about a topic that I know is going to piss Ade off, because we were obviously before we left to go to the game, we was keeping an eye on the scoreline for Arsenal game. We didn't actually watch the game, but obviously we watched the highlight now. And Ade wasn't too happy because he had obviously he talked about it in the group. He had a Zeus in it. And then imagine being with Ade, the first goal goes in, it's just in score. Second goal goes in, it's just in score. And what now makes it worse, after the first goal, his captain Saka now got injured.
I saw that. I
was a problem yesterday. I was a problem. I was livid.
He was livid yesterday. Well, let's leave you to explain why it just didn't score a goal. What was the game like? I'm guessing obviously you guys batted them, but what was your thoughts of the overall game?
It was much needed. It was much needed. I was out on a date, as you know me, I be dating a lot. So I was out on a date on Saturday, and the girl's obviously into football as well, and it's Sportsman United. So she's like, "What do you expect for tomorrow?" And I just said, after the last couple of performances that we've had, I haven't been up to scratch, and obviously not winning during the midweek game, which wasn't a good performance, and we rightfully lost, but we haven't lost since United, so it's our second loss of the season. But I just need a comfortable 4-0 win at home to Forest, and then focus on Chelsea away. And the boys done that. They done that, but one up to me and went 5, and it was super comfortable. I mean, Ramsdale probably didn't have to do anything. Could have sat down, read the paper, watched the game. Could have played PlayStation. Thomas Partey a level above every single player that was on that football pitch. And as for Jesus, he does everything right, innit? He's like Firmino 2.0. He does everything right with the football. Good control, rolls players, beats people, puts players into positions, super unselfish. Like Reece's first goal, he could have taken a touch, span and shot, but Reece is in a better position, puts Reece in. Reece gets his first goal. He set Reece up for his second goal as well. Laid Odegaard off. He didn't get the assist for Reece's first goal, but obviously highly involved. Laid Odegaard off for his goal. And he really should have probably, hat-trick might be harsh, but he should have had a double yesterday. The one Ben White's flicked it on back post to stick that away. Partey's given him a lovely ball over the defender. He doesn't have to take more than one touch. Just lob the goalkeeper. Literally, just look. And I think if that's a Jesus that scored 2, 3, 4 games in a row, he lobs the goalkeeper. He's Brazilian. He's got all the flair in the world. He doesn't need to take 2, 3 touches to control it and then overthink the situation, which I think is what he's doing more yesterday. Because either you're centre forward. So if Tommy's scoring from right back and I've got a 2 from midfield and you're playing up front, you're thinking, okay, I have to score today. Like it's 4-0, it's 5-0, like I have to score. And I felt like he was almost like, he was in that mode of when he was getting his chances, he was like, okay, I have to score. I have to. But it was just like, well, just relax, just play how you're playing. But me personally, I got no problems with him because everyone else is scoring around him. So I'm getting goals from everywhere. He's got 5. I think either he's got 5. I think Martinelli's got 5.
Yeah, he has 5.
He's got 5. Martinelli's got 5. Saka's got 4. Partey's got 2. Odegaard's got 3. I think Xhaka might have 4. Saliba's got like 2. So we're getting goals from all over. So I'm not too displeased. And our performance levels are still at a very all-time high. And the big part is down to him doing his job up top. So the game was comfortable. It wasn't really much to talk about, to be fair. It's a comfortable game. But the talking point was Reece as well. Reece getting on. And because Reece is out of contract this year, isn't it? So it's a big year for him. And I know Arteta thinks highly of him. I know Arteta thinks they can get something out of him. I don't. But I'm going to listen to my manager. My manager thinks there's a player in there. I think Reece is 23 now, and he don't strike. He looks to me as another Joe Willock, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and Iwobi. Good player from the academy, but not going to make the grade with us. Because to make the grade with us, you have to be a Bukayo Saka or a Gabriel Martinelli or an ESR. Those are the only 3 that have made the grade with us. And Eddie isn't even like that, but he's just about me. You know what I'm saying?
Kept him.
So the levels are high, innit? So, but I was happy for him. He got his 2 goals, and he looked good when he came on. But it is Nottingham Forest. They look good, and I just pray that Saka's injury is nothing too mad. I hope it's more like a dead calf, but it did look like he might have rolled his ankle or something. So that's touch and go for Sunday. And if he doesn't play, that's going to be a big miss for us.
Yeah. Obviously, Ade, you've got the chance to. Me and Ade we were talking. To be fair, obviously, all jokes aside, we're also talking about Jesus in it. But obviously, Ade is going to be pissed. I think the thing with fantasy football is that you scrutinize players a lot more when they're in your fantasy football team, so you watch them a lot more. But all jokes aside, I still think he's still got a good goal scoring record. Obviously, he hasn't scored within the last 2-3 games, right? But 5 in 12, your first season in Arsenal, all you need is a double goal scoring game within the next few games, and you're 1-2 again. You get what I mean? So it's still not all, but it's just he has to definitely improve his goal scoring record if you moving forward. Because if you guys want to get to that next level, which I'm guessing you do, you don't need another Firmino that don't score goals. Like, it's all great facilitating play, but it's not really going to win you what you want. But he's a great footballer. I think we spoke about it time and time again. We know he's a great footballer, but just put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I want to see goals from him. Forget all this great play nonsense. I have no interest. This season, the job for him was to show that he can score goals. That's his job now. And
but how many goals are you expecting from a man that's never done more than 14 in this league?
a lot, bro.
But what's a lot? How many was you expecting from him? Because when we started the season,
20.
remember I said
Remember,
17,
we discussed,
18.
and I said
I think we're going to put him as top goal scorer or something like that.
Remember, I said there's a chance for him to be top goal scorer. And it's worse in a team that creates a lot. I'm going to expect more in a team that creates a lot, right? You know, I put pressure on strikers. It's just what I do. And the more your team creates, the more I expect you to do. We don't doubt you're a good footballer, but now this was your season to show I'm about these goals. And he's had chances and he's not putting them in. You should be on a lot more. Like, I'm going to judge you on what you should be, not what you're doing. Okay, what you're doing is okay. Like someone like Haaland now. Haaland might finish the season with 20 goals. I can't accept that. In a team that creates so much for you, I can't accept that. And I have high expectations for Jesus. So I'm hoping he picks up, even just for himself, because every question he's going to get now is going to be about him scoring goals. Like before the Nottingham Forest match, interviews he was having, they're asking about him scoring goals. Obviously, he's saying, yeah, great, I want the team to do well and blah, blah, blah. But the more questions you get, the more pressure you're going to get.
Yeah, I don't want him to think like that though, and I don't want the man. I don't even want there to be a discussion around it in the training team. The only discussion that Arteta should have with him is if his performance levels dip in terms of the overall goal of the team, and it's not. He's just got to be more clinical, but he's never shown us ever that I'm a clinical striker. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a bagsman. Never shown us that. He's shown you that I can link play and I can score. But don't expect me to be scoring every week. I don't be doing that. And he's 25 now. I don't really expect him to. But if he does, I will love it. But if he gives me the 17,
this is his
18
number 9
goals,
season.
Yeah, I know.
This
I'm
is
saying
number
that
9 season.
In his first season as a number 9 with a new club, if he gets me the 17, 18 that I expected him to get this season, that's a fucking good season for him. With what, 8, 9 assists or 10 assists? That's like almost a 30 goal involvement.
I don't even care. I just want points in my fantasy. I don't even care again.
Yeah.
But I had him as my captain and I was happy with it. I was happy with it. I was happy with the return. 2 assists bonus.
I've taken him off. I've taken him off.
Yeah, I think that obviously we talk about that a bit more further down the line and see how much I think both of you made great points, innit? As like you said, you don't want that conversation to take place. You're hoping the manager don't have that conversation.
And it should never happen in the team, in the squad. It should never happen if he's contributing the way
but
he's
then,
contributing.
But then the thing, unfortunately, because of the role that he plays on the pitch, that conversation is always going to be the topic of
the media. But it'll be from the media.
It'll be from everyone, to be honest. And
from Arteta, I'm fine. I'll take it.
When he does interviews, and I think I like it. I like that interview with Rio. I appreciate players when they're open and honest. And he's made it clear, like, yeah, of course I do want to score goals. I'll be lying to you, but I'm telling you that I'm standing here. It's silly. It's like me as a defender. I'm getting asked the question, or no, it's okay if you concede as long as we win. No, bro. I still want that. You see goalkeepers going mad when they're winning 5-0 and they concede goals. Keepers are going mad because of that. What was we watching? And when I was watching, what was it called? I forgot what it's called.
All or Nothing. Arsenal's one.
All or Nothing. Yeah. When I think he came he conceded a goal, bro. Like he was upset sitting there, despite the team winning. But Ramsey was so upset that he conceded a goal and they didn't give him his clean sheet. So, and as a striker, you're gonna have to feel like that, and it's good if he's thinking like that. It's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. I know we haven't got that from him in City, but we said the same. It's all good when the team is doing well. This is what I said the same thing about Firmino, isn't it? It's all good facilitating play for people when the team is doing well. When it becomes a problem, it's the team is not doing well. So no one was like, as I say, it can go under the radar now. But if the team is not doing well, then that's when the question will be asked. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're still doing great. You're not playing bad. You're still doing what you used to do.
Everything changes.
We don't need that anymore.
For us as Arsenal fans, you got to see what side of the fence you sit on. You've had a striker, Aubameyang, you don't get involved in nothing. But he's a bagsman. So I love Aubameyang because he's going to get you 25 a season. Regardless of who's around him, he's going to get you 25. Because he had an anomaly with the last season of us. Or you can get in Jesus. He might get you 15 or 16. But he ain't going to get you 25 or nothing. But guess what? Your team and everyone around is going to be a better player. So Saka at 21, Martinelli at 21, Odegaard behind them at 22, 23. They're all going to benefit from Jesus' work. So it's up to you. What side of the fence do you want to see? Do you want a striker that's going to get 25 or 30 and your team don't finish nowhere? Or you get a striker that might get 15 to 18 or whatnot, but everyone around them is functioning. So you're getting more goals overall anyway. So I love how we're playing now. I got no problem with him. No problem with him.
Well, no, we'll go down. Great point. But we'll see anyway. Moving forward, we'll see how he gets on. In terms of Saka, what are we saying? Has there been any update yet? How long will he be out?
No, not that I've read anything. But it did look. I mean, with Saka, he gets hit every week. Like you said, I've said it before. He gets doubled and triple team now, isn't it? So he gets hit every week. But he got hit early, and he was already hobbling, and then he went on like a little mazy run, and then I think he caught his ankle in the ground or something. So it didn't look nice, but he walked off the pitch, which is a positive. But then I saw Reece James walk off the pitch for Chelsea, and he looked fine. And the next day, I'm out for months. So I'm hoping Saka's one is not mad because I 100% don't want him to miss the World Cup because I think he's going to be electrifying if he goes. But obviously, more importantly for us, we got a massive game on Sunday, and he needs to be fit because the quality underneath him is not great.
But Reece scored 2 goals. I'm showing some respect.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine, bro. Reece ain't Saka, bro. Reece ain't Saka, bro. Saka's the star boy.
Obviously, you guys got Chelsea next. What's your thoughts going into that game? Because you're going to the game, right? So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to the game. So, boys better put in a performance. But I expect them to put in a performance, to be fair. As the boys have been brilliant all season, so I expect them to go there, play well. Chelsea are very much. I mean, they just got battered 4-1 by Brighton, bro. When I saw the thing coming through on my flash score, I thought my phone was glitching, bro. I swear to God, I thought my phone was glitching, bro. So, and Brighton are not too dissimilar. For Brighton, are going to play expansive, open football. They're not too dissimilar to us. I think for us, we're going to get chances on Sunday, innit? It's the conversation we're having about Jesus and being clinical and just putting them away. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. Yes, I don't want to say they're not going to cause us problems at the back because they're at home. They will. They just got thumped. So, but it'll be a good game. But I expect us to go there and put in a performance. And if we take our chances, I think we can come out of there with 3 points. But it's a massive game in it away, so we'll take a point. But I honestly think we can go there, play well, and turn them over at Stamford Bridge.
I feel for you is that it's not. I'm not saying it's a free hit, but it's pretty much a free hit for you because the pressure, a lot of the pressure is on them. Like you just lost 4-1 to Brighton. Fans are going to expect a response, and you're going to be at home, so the pressure is fully on them, to take the game to Arsenal. And the defense is not that great, and I think that's why I worry for them. That Thiago's obviously not that quick. I saw the other day on Instagram people saying Chalobah.
What Chalobah? No.
Chalobah to get England. It's ridiculous. Bro. The guy has bro because I think all you have to do nowadays is just play games. And if your team win 1 or 2 of those games, all of a sudden, let's get him in the England squad.
Wow.
Bro, I know our centre backs are bad, you know what I mean? But sometimes we need to
stop it.
There's so many before him though. So many.
Do you know what? Do you know what annoys me? We do what we do because we didn't make it as footballers, isn't it? So we love football. So we're allowed to give opinions. And sometimes our opinion could be fully off. It's understandable because professionals can tell us, you guys don't know nothing. You don't play the game at a high level. You don't know what you're saying. But when Martin Keown, I love Martin Keown, ex-Arsenal man, says that Joe Gomez should be in the England squad because he had 1 good game against Haaland. Have you seen what Joe Gomez has been doing this season when he's been starting? It's been horrendous. Martin Keown had the audacity to say, with his pace, power, strength, he had 1 good game. He should be in England squad for the World Cup.
But football is short-sighted now. Literally, we're going game by game now. People's views on stuff long-term are just based on 1 game. And it's like that constantly now. It's boring. It's really boring.
When I saw that the other day, it was just laughable. Calm down. What has he done? Because Chelsea won a couple games, they haven't conceded. Doesn't mean he's played any. Their defense is not great. Let's put it as that. And I'm not sure. I don't know what Graham is doing. Obviously, I know they've got a few injuries, but that Chalobah and Thiago is not working. And then at times, what he tries to do is play 5 at the back, 4 to Cabrera, and that hasn't worked as part of the 3. So they're there for the taking. I'll be honest with you.
They've only lost 1. This is the only game they've lost with Potter, isn't it?
Yeah, but
they've only lost 1 game, innit?
Well, it's not as if they've been playing out of their skin. I think he's been struggling with his system. He's been struggling with how he wants to play there. And not just with the system, with the personality. The Man United game is probably the perfect example to give you. within 30 minutes, he's already changing their tactic.
Yeah, I just think he's tinkering too much as opposed to like actually proper struggling, right? Because they've only lost one game, but definitely these last 2 games, he's come out without. He hasn't come out with the tactics or the formation that's appropriate.
I mean, I was talking about it yesterday. Like, why are you forcing the Sterling as a fullback when you clearly have a left back right there on the bench? Too well. Why are you going to force Raheem to play that role? Raheem don't want to be there. What, you think Raheem left the Man City to come and play that kind of role?
Yeah, because obviously he's got his footballing ideas, right? But this isn't a place to come and be adventurous.
He's still got to be true to himself, though, innit? He's still got to be true to himself, innit?
He can, right? And that's it. That's like,
he's got. If he fails, he'd rather fail with "I went there and I was myself."
And I fully accept it. Yeah. I fully accept it. But obviously, it just means that you might be closer to getting your P45. I fully accept it, type of thing. But when you've got big players like that and you're doing risky things, if they don't work, in Brighton, you can go 8 games without winning. You can draw 8 games in a row. Chelsea, you can't. And that's where the issue comes.
You just can't get battered 4-1 away to Brighton. I know Brighton are good football inside, but you can't go to Brighton and get turned over 4-1. Yeah. That's alarming. That's actually alarming.
Right. That's too
much. I can't say nothing. We got battered by Brentford 4-0, so.
No, I hear that, but this Brighton side that battered them haven't won with this new manager.
Yeah.
So Chelsea come to town and they battered them.
But then that's the flip side of things, though. It's like we're talking about Chelsea. That this is the first game they've lost. But we know that like as I said, that they're not struggling. But it's been tickling with like the formation for a while, so they're not exactly performing great. But Brighton has actually been playing well. They just haven't been getting the victory. Against Liverpool, they played well. I think they're going to draw there. Who else did they play after that? They've been playing well. They just haven't been getting the victory. So that's the difference. So and Brighton, that's what you can get from Brighton, right? If Brighton can put the ball at the back of the net.
Yeah, that's it. It's just about putting the ball in the back of the net.
That's the problem that we've had with Brighton for like how many years now?
And they will get those days where everything ticks.
Like everything just
And don't get it wrong, it could have been more than 4.
Oh yeah.
It could have been more than 4.
Yeah. I swear Thiago still saved the ball off the line like twice.
like twice. Yeah, it could have been more than 4. But yeah, so like they're definitely there for the taking, and like the pressure's on them, and I think this is where he earns his money. Like this is where like his personality will come to hand, or how he goes into the change room and get the players playing for him. It's hard. Like you're not, and I was telling Ade, like I think what you were talking about is, I think Ade got this perfectly right. He just wants 11 footballers where you can be able to play anywhere. But it's hard getting a player like Sterling that just left Man City because he's not getting enough opportunity to now get to go. And obviously, you know what Sterling wants to do. Sterling wants to get goals. He wants to get enough goal involvement. You're not asking to play wing back. Like, how you get, like, you're not, as a manager, you don't have enough credential for you to get something like, to deal with a player, to get a player like Sterling stature to play wing back. So Pep can probably tell him, bro, I need to play wing back today. And he's going to have to accept it or not. Do you know what I mean? Because with Pep, you don't do that. I'll get someone else to do it for me. It's up to you. Well, you're a new manager.
Solly March, but it's
exactly. It's different when you're Raheem Sterling. So yeah, now the game's there for the taking, but like it's honestly like as long as you guys don't if you guys go in there like and performing well within the first, you guys, you're not us anyway. So, but if you had the same 30-40 minutes that we had there, they'll be in trouble. It's as simple as that. They'll be in trouble. I don't see them getting away from that. So it's the best time. If you guys are very fortunate, it's the best time to play that right now. And it's up to them to see whether they can turn up.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a reaction from them. There's no way they're going to get bad and play at home. It's a big game, innit? Arsenal are in town, big game, top of the table. So they're going to have to put in a performance with Graham, innit? So it's just about how we withstand that and don't crumble and make sure that we play that we be playing all season. And we'll take however the results lie, we'll take the result, but the performance is something we can control. So control the performance, results. If we score, they score, whatever happens. But just make sure we perform. We go away. That's all I ever ask anyway. Perform how we want to play, how the manager set us up. And if we win, fantastic. If we lose, we dust it off. We got Wolves away before the World Cup. Make sure we beat Wolves.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Let's go on to our boys. Obviously, in terms of like the game, do you just want to go into the game, Ade, like your thoughts on the game? Because obviously we were there. We had a few conversations in a car before the game. It's actually so funny because how like the game played out, some of the plays that we discussed on the way there. I'm so pissed off because you know all the recordings we did that day just weren't like I couldn't upload them. Like it's because you know what, like the phone the thing kept on dropping. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
But
so we had some
very topical to the match itself,
exactly. It led up it led up nicely to the match, especially a lot of the plays that we identified in the car. But just to give the listeners like we're going to be going to a lot more match day games. I think we talked about it a lot, and we'll be providing a lot more content on YouTube, so just look out for it. But Ade, if you just want to touch on the game, and then we'll touch on a lot of the plays that we talked about on the way
there. So probably starting off with what we talked about to set the tone. So obviously, I think the question was, asked a question about Declan Rice and whether or not we'll take Declan Rice at United. And obviously, we're saying that, I said anyway, that I thought he was a fantastic player, but I'm happy with Casemiro doing what he's doing now. The job he's doing is perfect for us right now. But don't question Declan Rice's ability. I think the other thing we discussed was the fullbacks and what we thought of the fullbacks. And I was like, I think they're okay. Darlow's playing well, Shaw's an all right player, but we need to upgrade, right? They're all right, but you could be better. And ultimately, if we're trying to win the league, we need better players out there. So obviously, it started the game, and I'll say the start of the game, I just thought, we're in control, right? I didn't think we had any issues, but partly that was because Martinez and Maguire were just passing it between themselves. For the first 10 minutes, it was like I just went there to watch Martinez and Maguire just pass it between themselves. I was just like, I was even getting frustrated. I was like, are we not moving forward? But the good thing is that Casemiro dropped back after a little while and was like, you guys stop being stupid, give me the ball. And he distributed it. He was just class anyway. You could see levels in terms of his performance, which was great. Obviously, Martinez, he's a boss. Basically, he's the captain. Forget Maguire. Martinez is a boss, and it was great to see him taking charge of everything. Didn't shy away from anything. I think there was once he misplaced a pass which could have led to something, but obviously it didn't. But he was superb. Darlow played well. We started off well in the first half. I thought we controlled things. We were always at the risk of the counter-attack, though, because we were taking so long to build up. And once they got the ball, they'll just ping it to Bowen or Ben Rama. And they were just running at our defense. So every time they got the ball, I was just like, shit, it's either they're going to score or we're going to give away a penalty. And that's what our inside forwards weren't taking on players like that. And then I guess gradually West Ham started getting into the game. Declan Rice, Rolls Royce. He's a Rolls Royce of a footballer. You know, one of those ones that you watch on TV, you don't really appreciate it. But watching him live yesterday, I was just like, this guy's not putting a foot wrong. He's just gliding. But he's a Rolls Royce of football. So obviously me saying that, I'm happy with Casemiro. If we can buy Rice, spend that 100 million. Let's take it. Because at the end of the day, he's a top player, and top players it's either they're in short supply or you're going to have to spend the money. So, and we've decided we're going to spend money anyway. So you might as well just spend it. Buy Rice, have more options within our team. And do that. I like Shamaka as well. Obviously, it was a shame that when he was on, they didn't have much of the ball at stages. But when he did touch the ball, he looked tidy. So I am hoping that we get to see a bit more of him. But in a team like West Ham, if you're not scoring, regardless of whether you're playing well, you're just going to come off. They're just going to swap you for Antonio. Towards the end, we were horrific. We played some terrible football. We were giving away the ball for fun. which is hard to watch. I almost had a heart attack like 6 times in that last because they were just doing nonsense. They'll get the ball, they'll lose it. I had a few gripes with like Ten Hag because obviously when they took off Elanga, they brought on, what was it, McTominay they brought on?
McTominay first,
And then they put Bruno on the wing, and that really frustrated me because when
Then
you
he
need
took
an
Eriksen.
outball,
Sorry, then he took Eriksen on to bring Fred on.
Yeah. So like when you take off a winger, bring a winger on, unless you're changing the formation, don't put Fernandes on the wing, because there were at least 5 times where I turned to Tom and I was like, if we had a winger in that passage of play, he gets the ball before the defender. But Fernandes can't run like that. So now you've got an issue where the ball keeps coming back. Whereas if it was a winger, it just gives you that outlet.
Like if he bought Sancho one for
like it's not like the person doesn't have to be great, but let them that be their position. Because Fernandes couldn't run and get there before the fullback, so he always didn't get the ball, and that really annoyed me. And then obviously Rashford started looking tired after a little while, so I was like, surely you're gonna have to either take Fernandes off because he doesn't fit into that position, or Rashford off because he's looking tired. But he didn't do that, so that upset me a bit. But respect to Rashford for his goal.
Bullet header.
Really
bullet header.
Yeah, I don't think there are many players within our squad that would have gone for that header. Maybe Ronaldo, but he's just never going to be there in the first place.
Ronaldo, and Lisandro Martinez.
Bro, even Ronaldo, he just might not even be there. That guy, he's just not even where he needs to be at any point in time of the game. I was complaining last week about people saying, oh, if Ronaldo was on the pitch, he'll score that. Nigga is on the pitch and ain't doing shit. So stop making that comment. For half of the game, he's on the halfway line. Right? He'll come deep. When Ronaldo gets the ball, he'll lay it off. Right? By the time he lays it off, everyone else in that team is now faster than him.
Yes. Yeah, they're ahead of him.
So how are you going to score when everyone's ahead of you? So what are you doing? And then when you do get the chances, bro, you're not getting them on target. Let's be honest.
He smashed about 2 or 3 of them over wide, but they're on his left foot, innit? He shanked like 2 or 3 of them yesterday.
When it comes to Ronaldo, you shouldn't even be saying on his left foot. There was one, Tommy turned to me and said, didn't he get on target? I was like, bro.
Well, I think it was the one that Rashford slipped into him. I turned to Ade and was like, where did that go?
Yeah,
bro.
Because we said he was
shanking them yesterday.
Yeah,
he was shanking them.
Yeah.
It's not great reading. All these people that have been defending him, it wasn't great watching. And obviously, I keep saying I don't have anything against him, but you're not the Ronaldo you were. And even when you drop back, you can't beat a man.
Nah.
He can't beat a man. He literally takes one. He stops the ball, controls it, and lays it off. Now you're at center midfield. You're not going to score from there. And then when you are up front, the 1 out of 10 times that you are up front and they don't get you, now be moaning. Shut up, bro. Stop it. But yeah. But at the end of the day, let me sharp about it. We thank God for the 3 points, because very easily, if it wasn't for De Gea, it wouldn't have been 3 points. But God was on our side. Bring on next week when people around us have to drop points, and hopefully we beat Villa.
Yeah. That's I think that's it. That's you pretty much touched on absolutely everything that we discussed yesterday in terms of like the match. We started off well, controlled it a bit, but that was just us passing at the back, and I think I made a reference to when Luis Van Gaal was there, and that's pretty much what we were doing when we used to have a lot of possession.
Brother, we did 1,000 passes between centre backs. 1,000.
It was that bad. It was and it wasn't. It was because the passing was so slow as well.
Yeah.
The movement was slow. It's just the fans were getting frustrated. Everyone was just making noise. And mate, and then Harry Maguire, the guy can't catch a break. Everyone's on him. Like literally, the fans are on him. So and you can see by the way he plays, he's trying not to have too much of the ball, because usually when he gets the ball, he likes to bring the ball forward, but he's not trying to do that. He's just trying to have minimum touches as possible. So to be fair to him, if you've a guy low on confidence, that's what you got to try and do. Just got to try and do all the basic things. Yeah, keep it tidy, not do more than that. And he didn't really do much wrong anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. And like Martinez was just head and shoulders above it. was pretty much that simple. Head and shoulders apart from Martinez makes him look all right. I'm not saying makes him look good, it just makes him look all right. Because Martinez, he's as Ade said, it's just a boss. Like, he just deals with everything, like literally, and he's good reading the game. And the good thing about it is that he's also very good on the ball. There's one pass he gave to Ronaldo, that was disgusting, and Ronaldo messed it up. Yeah,
he just destroyed the whole move. Destroyed the whole move.
No, he thought that Marcus was coming in, so then he was going to give him like this.
He was seeing visions. He was seeing visions.
Yeah. But you guys know I'm the biggest like Ronaldo's fan, and that hasn't changed, did it? I mean, that hasn't changed. Well, he has to go. Like, I am dead serious, man.
No, Tom, he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. No, thank you, Ade. Thank you. He doesn't have to. No, he doesn't have to. No, he doesn't have to.
I love that. I love it.
You know, like, literally, I think during that 90 minute, probably 60, 70 minute, me and Ade were just cussing him.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking. Like, cussing him, man. And there was sections of the fans that was even booing.
Oh, swear down.
Yeah.
That was booing.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, bro. I love the guy. You guys know, but I'm done with him.
Yeah, people are focusing on his history. They're making the judgments. Because I speak to people at work and they're like, oh, but it's Ronaldo. He has to play. Stop it, people. Just like, stop it. There's going to be a game.
Hey. To back up Roy Keane, though. Top goal scorer last season, mate.
That's last season.
Top goal scorer last season.
We're in a new season, bro.
In reality, it did happen, right? It did happen.
Yeah, it happened.
But the reality is also that he took away from the rest of the team.
It's the point we was making earlier about the Arsenal, like strikers.
Yeah.
Like strikers get their goals. Is it better for the team? Or is it better to have a Martial who's never going to get as many goals as Ronaldo, but you guys might play better and be better for it? Yeah.
But
you didn't have preseason. Tom was saying it yesterday. Obviously, now the preseason you didn't have is showing.
Yeah, it's 100%. 100% it's showing. He's too old to not have a preseason, though.
Look, you guys obviously know I love him. But for me, my stance has always been the same, innit? Like, Manchester United first, innit? I love Manchester United more than any player, bro. And yesterday just epitomized that the guy is just, there's nothing he can do, bro. Like, he's, as Ade said, bro, what do you say, Ade? He looked like a soccer aid player.
Oh, it looked like, when they're doing soccer aid and there's one player that that can't play football, but you bring him on for 5 minutes.
Like Chunks and Philly.
No. Chunks got that. He's got that in the bag. But imagine Chunks with like 80 extra pounds on that you just bring on just to say he touched the pitch.
Yeah. It's bad, bro. It's honestly. I think people might just, and you know why people just gotta take it as gospel, because it's the fact that it's coming from me. Everybody knows how much I love Ronaldo.
Obviously, it doesn't even make sense sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. You don't know how much I love the guy. Like, Ham, you called me the other day. What was Adam saying to you? My son saying to you? Who's his favorite player?
Yeah.
Adam doesn't watch. Yeah, he doesn't watch football, but he just he knows that there's only one rule in this house. We don't mention the other guy.
We
don't mention the real girl.
Yeah, we don't mention that. And for me to say that, and it's just such a shame, and it's painful to watch. And I just don't want to watch it because of how much I love the player as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what?
And like, his shooting don't even work no more.
Yeah,
like,
I can't pretend that I'm not watching. I'm not like, I feel like people are pretending they're not watching the game where they can't see what's happening. Yeah. You can't do that, bro. I can't unsee what I saw yesterday, bro.
He will shoot. Like, the player had already blocked whatever thing you're about to do, and he'll still do it.
Yeah, don't matter.
There's no fainting or anything.
Yeah,
he'll still just kick it.
It's just
wasted.
It's sad, man. It's sad. And
what do you not think of him blanking Gary Neville? What do you think? Do you think he done it on purpose or?
I definitely don't. 100%.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
100%.
But I don't like. To me, with that, I don't really care because for me, anyway, like, it's something I would do in it. And I think with what some of the pundits, I'm not too sure what Gary Neville said about him, but some of them what they tend to do, the goal, like, they don't criticize his actual footballing game. A lot of the time when they talk about Ronaldo, it's not only about his performances, they talk about everything else. And for me, if I know someone's been talking bad at me, I'm not sure whether he listens or he gets others to listen. He's got a big team in it, so there must be say, come and tell him. I'm not like, I'll do exactly what he's done. I'm not going to be fake about it. I'm not going to see you and try and shake your hand if I know.
Yeah, but you don't even need to go and greet them in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. So that is premeditated. Why he gone and done that is just stupid. You should just don't go to Sahara at all. As long as if Sahara called you, just don't go.
Yeah, but he fucks you. So Ronaldo strikes me as someone that he only wants, and people are like this in life. I'm not people are like this in life. He only wants to hear positive stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hear nothing negative. Because Gary Neville hasn't, like, I listen to Gary, and I fucks with Gary a lot. Gary ain't said nothing that's outlandish or crazy. It's constructive criticism. And if him and Ronaldo are cool like that, you don't want people like Rio Ferdinand, who's never going to say nothing bad about Ronnie.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? You need to have someone that's able to say, yes, he's the greatest, like Gary thinks he's the greatest. However, he's still done X, Y, and Z wrong. You can't just have people like Roy Keane and Rio just say, yeah, but it's fine for him to leave because he's Ronaldo. He can walk down the tunnel because he's Ronaldo. He was the top goal scorer last season. He's Ronaldo. You can't run a business like that.
Madness, bro.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo can't be on some petty what he said. He said one thing bad about me. Oh, okay, I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to him. Like, come on, man.
I'll be honest, man.
He must have been. He was the worst player on our team. Like, I could have swapped Fernandes for anyone yesterday. Like, I didn't feel as if he was really adding much to the game, but Ronaldo was just
easy. And I think what we said is that if you're a 38-year-old and you're missing pre-season, like you're playing catch up, you can't, bro. You're already 38. You can't be playing catch up with these young boys like that can run all day. Do you know what I'm saying? You just can't.
Do you know why I don't play for Saturday football no more? So after my last injury, I went to training once, and I realized the amount of effort I would have to put in to get match fit again. And I was just like, nah, this is past me. Man was 34 then. I was like, this is a bit of a stretch. So if you're not putting in the work pre-season and you're a professional footballer at 37, you're going to be behind the curve.
Yeah, it's a shame, man.
We'll see what you guys do with him, though, innit?
Yeah, we wish him all the best in Saudi, though.
Yeah, all the best, man. Send him off. You're still gonna get it. I'll give him good money. So it's up to him and what he wants to do.
Go to MLS, score 60 goals a season.
Like, the only thing I'm happy about is the fact that we know, like, I hope he goes in January, but if it doesn't go, at least we know he's only got by the time the World Cup comes, after they come back from the World Cup, he's only got 6 months left with us, and that's it. So if they're sensible up there, they'll just pack his bags for him and just go wherever you want to go. It's as simple as that.
This is your love hour that you're talking about.
Now you guys know, but I just can't watch United. Like, there's one thing loving a player, but there's one thing loving United. You know, bro, like, I cannot allow a player to bring my team down, bro. And we talked about it from the beginning of the season. We pretty much knew this was going to happen. We want this sideshow, bro. We're winning. And the worst thing about was the good thing, we're still winning games. But imagine we weren't winning no games, Ade. Oh my goodness. Imagine we were winning games. We're still winning games and Ronaldo's still the talk of everything. But I do understand that. Sometimes it's not went down to him. It's just the fact that he's one of the greatest players ever. So it's like, in order to sell newspaper, in order to like get headlines, it has to be surrounded with Ronaldo.
But he doesn't make it easier though. Because
I get that. Of course. Yeah, of course. He doesn't make it any easier, man. So if I was him, I'd just be trying to go under the radar. But I think he loves that to be center of attention too. But
man, he's not offering much on the pitch.
Exactly.
Which is not great, man.
Not great. Before we go off like United, just let's touch on the fullback, because I feel like we talk about the fullback situation United like almost like we've been talking ever since the start of this podcast. United fullback we must have talked about them more than anything else. Obviously the manager came, like as Ade was saying, on our way to Old Trafford, we just run through some topics. It's a shame. I'm still pissed off that we couldn't get it for you.
I was happy because Ten Hag stamped what I said.
Exactly. So literally exactly what Ade said in the car. Obviously, Ten Hag came out and said that we need 2 good fullbacks. Like, we need to obviously just show that, yeah, like the ones we might have here, they might be functional at the moment, but they're not my fullbacks. I can't use them. I want something better. I wish you could. And basically, that's what you was touching on, Adam. You're saying, just give an example of what you were saying in terms of like Dumfries and like and Dallo, for example.
Yeah, because obviously Darlow's all right, right? He's fulfilling a position, a need. But then there are players like Dumfries that actually defensively he might be the same level as Darlow, but attacking wise, he's levels above. He's levels above, and that's what you need. You might not get a well-rounded defense like right back like Hakimi. It might not be possible to get someone like that, but you're going to need someone that is either really good defensively or really good going forward. Like I would take a Dumfries anytime, but then the people he gets linked to are Chelsea that could have 10 people that are better than our right backs. So it's one of those ones, but we definitely need to upgrade. I think to go to the next level, we need to push forward, especially where we're not really getting goals like everyone else. We scored 17 goals this season, shambolic. So yeah, I can see how we can improve. And obviously Darlow has that positioning issue. He's putting in a shift for us 100%, but his positioning is lacking, and I think he can be better. We can get someone better going forward.
Cool. And I think what we were saying about Luke Shaw is that it's just his inconsistency. It's just not consistent enough. And yeah, and you can probably get someone that can give you more every week from that Luke Shaw position. Because I think we were talking about Malacia. The good thing about Malacia is that we didn't buy him for a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he's going to improve, but I just don't see what he's going to do that's going to be any different.
Like, we're going to have four left backs at the beginning of next season.
So it's like, yeah, I just don't see what he's going to do. I think what we didn't sell Tellers, right? So Tellers,
he's just
Tellers on loan.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy. The manager's got to eat that up, because I know it might sound extremely harsh, but Tellers can offer us more than what Malacia is offering us. Malacia, I think, is a legend to even get in the box, like as if he's scared to get in the box or like may overlap the wingers. I just don't know what it is with him. He just prefers to just sit on on the halfway line and slide tackle or tackle.
He's just basically a defender and like pure defender.
That's all he just wants to
be. He's basically Wan-Bissaka on the left-hand side.
And he just he worked well for the 2-3 games that I came in for, which is all great. And that's why I wasn't really getting excited about it. Yeah, I know he was making tackles. He was his energy level is probably what we needed at the time, and we needed a fight at the time. But if you just watch his game and watch just the quality of the player, I'll be surprised if all the praises he was getting it was ridiculous when people started comparing him to Evra. And it's like, where are you? Are you guys watching the same guy I'm watching? I'm not saying, look, the guy might come out and just blow, but from what I'm seeing from him, I don't see it. And obviously it doesn't help. Like Luke Shaw, you're inconsistent. You're doing well at the moment, but it's clear that the manager don't want you. So we need the fullbacks in. So hopefully we can get that in January. Hopefully we definitely a right back, definitely.
Tierney from Arsenal.
What are you saying?
Nah, it's all right, man. It's all right.
You guys ain't using him. Let's take him off your hands.
It's an embarrassment of riches, Ade. That's what he called that. Embarrassment of riches, where Kieran Tierney is not even getting a start at Arsenal.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's what you any thoughts on it? Ham quickly before we move on from United.
No, I think I spoke about it last season, even before this season. I thought that was United's thing that they needed to do way before Ten Hag come here. The fullback position had to be addressed. I think it's a weak link. I think in modern day football now, you want your fullbacks to be one of your most important players in your team. And you look at us, for example, Ben White ain't even a right back. He's put a fucking shift out there, bro. Fucking shift out there. He's not a proper right back, and we spent 35 million on the left back in Zinchenko. So it's an important position. It's an important position. I don't think United have had fullbacks. I can't think of the last time you had good fullbacks. So I think it's a massive thing. And I think it's good that Ten Hag has come out and said that, yeah, I need that. He's identified that. I think I have faith in Ten Hag that he'll do the right thing and get the right fullbacks, or at least the profile. Whether they turn out to be good or not, might not be like Malacia. He may be or may not be, but the profile, so Ten Hag thought he fit the profile of the player I want. But is he performing to the level that I want? Probably not. But yeah, I think fullback is 100% something that you guys have to do. Wan-Bissaka, Telles, Brandon Williams, all these players, they can't still be Man United players. So it's just not cutting it, bro. Luke Shaw cut ties with him. They just can't still be there in 2022, 2023, man.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. Let's move on to the shock of the weekend. A lot of people were saying, I know Brighton beat them Chelsea 4-1, but I tell you what, yeah, I was shocked that Leeds beat Liverpool away from home, bro. At Anfield, I was shocked. Like, I just thought it was going to be, like, Leeds are not performing well. Leeds can leak goals. How the hell would have gone to Anfield and have grabbed 3 points, bro? I was like, like they are in trouble. Like, I've always thought, like, throughout the course of the season, like, look, they'll bounce back. But this one is actually, this one shocked me the most out of all the performances this season, bro. Like, I just didn't see Leeds going to Anfield. Like, you can't win away from home anyway, and you're not allowing Leeds to beat you out at home. Like, and I think this is the first. I was telling you guys before we jumped on. This is the first time I feel like Klopp it feels rattled. It's like he doesn't come across as confident and like as he used to in his like press conference.
He's acting like Conte.
Yeah, like to be fair, Klopp has been saying a lot of nonsense for a long while now, like talking about. I don't know whether that's him trying to deflect like the attention elsewhere because he knows obviously his team is struggling. All the stuff he's been saying about Man City and all sorts. Like, I don't know. I don't know whether that's him deflecting the attention. But his press conference, was it today's one for like the Champions League? The guy just looks, it looks a mess, man. It looks a mess. You guys think the pressure is starting to get to him?
Go on, Ade.
Yeah, I do. I think even just from the way he's talking, he's looking rattled. You get some managers that are just easier for them when things are going well. They just speak easier. So maybe he's not, but they just speak easier. The words come a lot easier out of their mouth. But when things aren't going as well, you get a bit irate. So maybe he's got everything under control, but his communication skills aren't the best. But just from looking up from the outside, he looks rattled at the moment. And I can't see how. So if it keeps happening, it'll just get worse. You get me? I think you're going to have press conferences all the time. So if you're just getting annoyed every time you have one, it's going to spill over into like training, into the matches. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm quite happy personally because I see it now is that we're 7 points ahead of them. They have Spurs this weekend. So as long as we beat Villa and Spurs decide to win, we're 10 points above Liverpool. Bro, we need all the help we can. And if they want to self-destruct, they're more than welcome to it.
Be our guest.
No complaints whatsoever.
Yeah. What do you say, Ham?
No, I just think that's Klopp. He's been fiery when they won the league, when they were finishing second, when they got 90-something points. He's always been fiery in his press conferences, and it's understandable he's going to be a bit more now because he's not happy, isn't it? He's a proud man, isn't it? He's a great manager.
I don't think it's him being fiery in this press conference. I just think seems rattled. I don't think he doesn't have the answers like he used to. Like, I think that's what I got from it. I don't think it's about him like being fiery. It's just him being rattled. Like, and the words that would just coming out of his mouth it sounds like a man that sounds defeated, bro.
When Bonloho keeps coming for him, he said every time we hear Bonloho, he said, "Well, since Klopp said I don't have a winner's mentality, he hasn't won a game." He keeps coming for him
Bonloho has been coming for him every
single time now.
And then the thing is, I think it's like sometimes
since he made that comment, he has come for him every single time.
Fight against the media, it's sometimes not worth it because these guys they can say the stupidest thing and it will go viral. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. We're not saying that a lot of the stuff he's been saying he's just talking bare nonsense. But for the fact that the attention is on Liverpool, it gives him more ammunition to keep going, pretty much. No. No,
Long may
sorry,
it continue,
cut you
man.
off, bro.
No, it's cool. Like I said, for me, like they said, long may it continue. But I think for Klopp, there's a lot in it. Players out of form, trying to build a new team. I think the only person successfully that done that might have been Sir Alex, to be fair. And that was in a different era, different time when you could buy the best players from a team because United was so good and had so much resources and other teams are playing catch up. But in order to create new teams and create teams that are going to keep winning, I think only Fergie has managed to do that successfully in the Premiership. Arsenal didn't do that. I don't think Jose done that. I don't think there's many managers that have done that. Pep's currently doing that, but he's bankrolled heavily, but he's a great manager as well. So I think for Klopp, he's got a hard job on his hands, isn't it? He's competing with probably arguably the best team we've ever seen in the Premier League, and any bit of slippage is costing them the title already. They're out of the title race already. We've already played 12, 13 games. They can't win the league. It's a madness. And I don't think, like me, I was telling you on Saturday, Tom, I don't think, and I might be wrong, I don't think he's been able to put out his first 11 all season. I don't think he's been able to put out he's literally his best team all season. I don't think so. He hasn't been able to bring in his 90 million striker and fit him in with all his players around him. I don't think he's been able to do that. So he's been handicapped by a lot of things this season. But we saw it before when they didn't have no centre backs and they still finished top 4. So for me, I think Klopp's a top manager, and I still think Liverpool can still salvage their season somehow and still make top 4 if they can. And they seem to be doing seemingly well in the Champions League. So they might have one of them fluke seasons. Remember when Chelsea come 5th and won the Champions League?
Yeah, I could see that happening.
So I can see that happening. I can see them having, okay, cool, the Premier League ain't that great, but they win the Champions League. So the Liverpool players have won the Champions. They've been to 2 finals underneath Klopp, maybe even 3 finals underneath Klopp. 3 innit? Yeah, 3 finals underneath Klopp. So they do well in the Champions League, innit? European nights at Anfield and all that type of stuff. And I think once the Champions League kicks back again in February this year, innit? Or maybe March because of the World Cup, whatever, Liverpool might have their first 11 back, players might have hit form again, and the league will be done by then. So it might just be a thing of, fuck it, we're just going all full steam ahead for the Champions League. And I can see them doing that, to be fair, because their season will be a disaster if the Liverpool team that's been so good for the last 5 or 6 years come to this point and do absolutely nothing. But they're not like us, innit? Like, we're shit, so we might not win nothing this season. Like, us two are shit. If you guys don't win something, we don't win something, and we get Champions League, us three are gonna throw a party. Whereas Liverpool, if they don't do nothing this season, Liverpool fans are not gonna be satisfied because they've been spoiled, and rightfully so. And they still have the same players. They only lost Sadio Mane, so they shouldn't fall off a cliff because of one player. So it'll be interesting to see how their season ends, to be fair. But I do think they have to pick something up. So whether that's an FA Cup, defend the FA Cup, defend the League Cup, or win the Champions League, or at least go to the final of the Champions League and get top 4. If they don't get top 4, they have to win the trophy. But I don't see them doing anything with Klopp, though. I don't see the owners or anything doing anything with Klopp other than just sending messages every day. Like, do you sleep okay? Is your wife all right? Is the family good? If you need to talk to us, we're here. We can fly you into America for therapy if you need. Just hold the fort down. If you need more money in January, we got you. Just please don't think about leaving. Don't think about doing nothing silly. We support you.
Yeah, and I heard that. I'm definitely not ruling them out anything. But it's just I was just pretty much shocked about
especially the Leeds one.
The Leeds one, more than anything. So
it's about time though. Van Dijk's never lost a home game in the league, bro.
Oh wow, serious.
It's about time, fam. He's never lost a home game, bro.
That's mad. Yeah, so I was just shocked about that. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, as you said, if they go off and win something else, like maybe the Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup. That wouldn't surprise me. Because they've still definitely got quality there, and they've got a top manager. It's just they just need to get the acts together. And as we talked about, I think they're unfortunate at not being able to get the first 11 on the pitch all the time. So okay. And I heard something, I don't know if it's true, about how Fabinho might have split with his missus, staying in a hotel or something like that. So that's why he's been playing bad. So I don't know whether that's true. I don't know whether that's
Allegedly.
Sorry. Allegedly. So yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, so that was gonna take them to my next question. I was gonna say, who do you guys think is gonna get sacked next in the league? Well, so we're definitely saying he's not Klopp then, basically.
No, it would have. Listen, it would have. We wouldn't have even had to ask this question because he would have been sacked by now if Liverpool had bloody beat them, and Jesse Marsh would have been sacked by Leeds by now. If Liverpool had bloody won. But now he's won at Anfield. Now he's going to buy himself some more time. But yeah, I think he's probably going to be the next one to go.
Jesse, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you saying the same thing?
Yeah, probably. Looking at how the teams are playing and stuff, it's probably.
I don't disagree with any of that. To be honest with you, I think that.
Or Conte.
Or Conte. That's not a bad shout.
That team is playing horrible.
I've been trying to get Chris on here for a while, but I don't know. He's been avoiding the smoke.
He don't want to come on. He don't want this smoke. What's up with the table?
So erratic.
He don't want this smoke.
He's been avoiding it for a while, boy. Every time he seems to pick up a new illness, bro.
He's got the Spursy illness. That's what he's got. The Spursy illness, bro.
I'll still try and get him on sooner or later. Just a quick roundup on the games quickly, actually, before we jump off.
Newcastle, man. Newcastle. Got to go straight to them, man.
Yeah, what we're saying, go on.
4-0, demolished. As Aston Villa thought, oh yeah, Stevie's gone. We beat Brentford 4-0. We're gonna that bounce back, that little new manager bounce. Shut up, sit down, 4-0, go back home. Got slapped up, bro. Callum Wilson, Kieran Trippier, Miggy Almiron. I love you, son. Thank you, Jack Grealish, for lighting the fire under this guy's belly. I don't know what you've done to him. He's literally. I know he watches documentary. Michael Jordan's documentary.
Oh, Last
Stars. I know Almiron watches that every day, and he watches that scene, and I took it personally. Because, fam, the goal he scored the other day, that's a player that is flying high on confidence.
Yeah.
Man knocked it, put it inside, left foot, whippage. The goal against Tottenham the other day, stood up Clement Longley, spun him, whipped it. He's on fire, bro. And Newcastle on fire. Like Kieran Trippier at right back has been a revelation. Botman at centre half has been good. Callum Wilson, if he's fit, we already know he does 15 goals a season if he's fit, but he's just never fully fit. Ade's son, Joe Linton, the biggest turnaround I've seen in the Premiership history in terms of a player going from the guy shit to now, bro, we looked at the guy as he's shit to now the guy plays a new position and he plays the position well. And Bruno Guimaraes is a diamond in the rough. Like, he's all the way in Newcastle, but he looks like he should be in Hollywood. Like, he should just be an extra in a film or something. He's amazing. So big up Eddie Howe, man. Big up Eddie Howe. So I'm loving what Newcastle are doing. Like I said last week, top 6. I could definitely see them breaking into that party, brother, and taking Leicester's position. Leicester were trying to do it for years. Not trying, they did it. But I think that's Newcastle's job now to break into the top 6 and hopefully break into the top 4 in a couple more seasons. But they're doing great down there, man.
Cool. Fulham.
And just quickly, one question. Callum Wilson goes to the World Cup or not? Quickly, just yes or no. Goes to the World Cup or not? 26 players, does he go? Yes or no?
Yeah.
If he's fit, yeah.
Yes, if he's fit. Yeah.
You think he goes, yeah?
If he's fit, yeah.
Yeah, he scored goals. He scores more than all our other strikers apart from Kane. So if we're talking of like what's England struggling with? Scoring goals, right? So
why not Callum goes, yeah?
Yeah, why not bring someone that score goals? Yeah.
Okay.
Take 5 less right backs.
All our right backs are getting injured anyway, so he doesn't have now. It can't be. There's no point forcing it, bro. Reece is not coming.
Nah, bro, you start calling up some random ones that you've never.
Nah, bro. He has the easiest job now. The right back position is very simple. It's between Kieran Trippier and Ben White. There's no other competition for the right back position. It's that simple. It's been whittled down for you, bro. Kieran Trippier, Ben White. Simple. Make your decision.
Right. What we got? But I don't even want to talk about it all again. They're just dead, man. Brentford, Wolves. Then we have Fulham, Everton. But you know what? I was watching the Fulham Everton game. I was surprised that game finished 0-0.
Yeah, there were better chances.
There was a lot of chances in the game, so I was quite surprised. And Everton are actually trying to play football now. To be honest with you, was it last week that who was I talking to? Was it you, Ham, last week? I was saying how they play the second goal that they scored last week, and the second and third goal that they play from the back, and you can literally hear the fans jeering after every single pass. But then
they're not used to it, and they're used to it out there, man.
Yeah, they're not used to it, and then eventually they created a chance. I think he missed it. I think, and I can't remember who missed it, but what's the winger that Chelsea want to get again?
Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, and it worked from the back. So like sometimes like you got to appreciate that sometimes, obviously, when you're going through some tough times, just do whatever it takes to get you through it.
Yeah.
And
They got Frank, man.
Yeah, and
got Frank.
once the confidence is back up, then maybe start trying to play football again. Whether it lasts or not, we'll see. It's still early days, isn't it? So we'll just see how he gets on. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I don't want to talk about
Tottenham Brentford, 2-0 down.
Bournemouth, yeah, 2-0. I was pissed off that Bournemouth allowed them to come
Bournemouth,
back.
man. Yeah, man.
I was pissed off though.
Yeah, most teams struggled to hold on when they lost a 2-goal lead. Just generally in football.
But at least draw 2-2, and they're not bloody going to lose the game 3-2.
Yeah, most teams crumble. Most teams actually crumble when that.
And then you're talking about Jesus. At least Jesus doesn't have. I got bloody Harry Kane, bro. How can Tottenham score 3 goals away from home, and Harry didn't even score or assist, bro?
He took a week off, innit? Annual leave.
Bruv, he's week off. Better come back with a hat trick on Sunday against Liverpool. That's what I'm saying. You want to take a week off in my team? You better come back with a vengeance the following week, bro. We don't take weeks off in my team, bro.
Yeah, we have to see. I think that's about it, to be honest, for this week. We've only got a couple more weeks before the World Cup. So, yeah. We might do a World Cup special. We could do a World Cup special, right? But to be honest, I don't know who's going to win the World Cup, bro.
Nobody knows who's going to win.
Argentina.
That's what we was hearing yesterday, but they love this Martinez.
Wow, that's the winner right there, bro. Argentina. But this Messi gonna bow out, win the World Cup, bow out, retire, done. Simple clock football. That's a fairy tale ending anyway.
Cool.
You want Ronaldo to die. Ronaldo just die.
I feel sorry for his wife here every Champions League game when Messi's scoring, bro. I wonder what Ronaldo's doing every Champions League game, bro. Watching Messi.
Puta!
All right, cool. Thanks, people. Thanks for listening. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Red Divided. As we said, we're going to keep dropping like match day content, so please look out for it. Share it with friends and family. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all the good stuff at Red Divided. We out. Peace.
Top of the table, top of the league. Some things never change.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that this week, man. Hopefully that changes.
Some things don't change. Top of the table. Peace.